polisi wakuchukue saa hizi. Mimi kama kiongozi wenu nataka kuambia, wewe ukitaka kupiga kelele, simama barabarani upigie magari kelele. We will not allow you, whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever you do, to come to a funeral and conduct yourself in the presence of bereaved families. This we will not allow. Wale vijana hawajui nani amekufa, hawajui hizi familia. Governor, we must instill discipline in our community. Our MPs, we must instill discipline in our community. Ewana wicha anane maskano yokela. Ewaso manyo luliwengene nefwe bakali. We will not allow this. And I want to speak very strongly on this. Baba Askofu, muombe watoto wetu. Kama wewe ni mwanasiasa ukitembea na vijana, hata nikiwa mimi, waambie when we get to a funeral, keep your cool, you'll sing for me when we are done. Then they will do that for you.
Speaker Moses Wetangula sailing in hot soup after threatening a Gen Z shouting wantam during the memorial service of the 16 victims of the mahala crash, Webuye Kitale Highway at Masinde Muliro yesterday. But do you think that was right of him to actually threaten a Gen Z publicly with an arrest over shouting wantam?
Ati Weta amesema nini? Ati Weta amefanya nini? Mumeona hiyo story? Imagine Weta kwa Bungoma, sijui hata ni event gani hiyo wako huko Bungoma, anaongea watu wana shout wantam, watu wana chant wantam, which I would have done if I was there also. He goes ahead to say, ati it's too bad to misbehave in public. Wewe kijana wa kofia ya military wewe, naweza hata kutumania polisi wakuchukue saa hii. What do you mean? What do you mean? Kwani nchi sisi ni tenants, tumekomboa, ni kwenyu. Ati wewe ni landlord unaweza nifukuza, ama wewe ni principal. Tuko kwa prefecture high school. Waache mchezo. Ati wewe kwanza ukitana kofia military, hebu mumposta haraka kwa sababu akipotea kuna mtu atamtoa kwake. Wantam. Na naona Kibagendi anashinda akituambia ulipigwa wewe. Hata mimi ningekuwa bibi ningekupiga.
Well, Gen Z furious, boiling with agony. It is raw. Filter. No threatening Gen Zs with arrest warrant over shouting wantam. But what's your take? Is it right for Wetangula to actually threaten the Gen Z shouting wantam with an arrest warrant? Now, currently as we speak, 2 men have been locked up at Webuye police station for chanting wantam in front of National Assembly. Speaker Moses Wetangula yesterday during the requiem mass of the 16 victims who perished at mahala accidents. But is this all necessary? Is Speaker Moses Wetangula trying to prove a point that he is actually the Speaker of National Assembly and he can just arrest anyone for chanting wantam? This is just a slogan at the end of the day. Maybe to prove his point for minimizing him and disrespecting him during the funeral procession. But people are tired. People are tired of Wetangula and Mudavadi. These two lost their popularity in Western region, but it's not necessary for him to actually arrest youths just because of chanting wantam. Rather, what's your opinion? What do you think? Was it necessary for Wetangula to actually arrest these 2 youths who chanted wantam during the mahala victims requiem mass? Leave me there your views on the comment section. I'd love to hear what say have you. Now, before we continue, I'd like to thank our diehard supporters for continuously growing our channel. We wouldn't be where we are without your endless support. And if it's your first time to listen in, press your subscribe button and ring your notification bell so that you can be fast to receive our bulletins once we upload them. Now, back to Moses Masika Wetangula, the Speaker of National Assembly and the threatening Gen Zs. While the threat was actually executed, he made an arrest of 2 boys, Douglas Simiu from Morumba and Kevin Fatana from Kaburengu. Were these boys actually right to chant this wantam during the funeral of the 16 victims who perished at Mahala? Rather, is there somewhere else, maybe a political rally, that they could have exercised the wantam chants? Well, the Gen Zs reacted, and they clearly say if the boy goes missing, definitely Moses Masika Wetangula will be held responsible. This wantam chance to degrade Moses Masika Wetangula during his procession of the 16 victims, is it a clear indication that Wetangula totally lost his popularity as kingpin in the Western region because no one wants to be associated with UDA? Imagine being heckled during a memorial procession of 16 victims who perished in front of all those people. This is not a political rally. It is a requiem mass of victims who perished. No one knew those victims, and Wetangula came to condole with them. Can he justify his act for actually issuing an arrest warrant for these two boys? Rather, what do you think these two boys are going to face? Because this issue has created a political uproar on social media platforms, with the Gen Zs reacting. Do you think Moses Wetangula actually overreacted by issuing an arrest warrant for these two boys? Wantam is just a slogan, a political one anyway, but the reality is people are tired of Wetangula and he lost his popularity. So definitely his anger insinuates something. He is trying to prove a point that he is still in the government and can do whatever he so wishes to these Gen Zs. This government is fond of threatening Gen Zs, but it is insane. An arrest warrant for just one-time chance? Totally ridiculous. Do we think if something happens to these two boys, Moses will be held accountable? Because it's not the first time Gen Zs are actually held by police and they go missing. It is totally a characteristic of this government. And without Raila Amolo Odinga here to defend the Gen Zs, what do you think can happen? The worst possible scenario? Well, leave me your views there on the comments section. Subscribe to Royal News, the channel where you get all your trending bulletins. In case it's your first time to listen in, press your subscribe button and ring your notification bell so that you can be fast to receive the news bulletins once we upload them. Until then, JD Ishmaels.